they could stay close.
Guys, the other thing I was liking after I made my comments about Hofburg's warm-up is the closer he got to the starting gate, the more focused he got.
Let's check in with Maggie for more.
Interesting conversation here in regards to number 3, Proven Reserves. Yes, Javier did give him an aggressive warm-up, but this is a horse that I actually disagree a little bit with Jonathan in that I don't think he was really that ready for that performance. Horses preparing for Chad Brown down at Monmouth, while it's a great surface to train on, it's completely different than what we have here in New York. It's a tighter, not as taxing and deep surface. So a lot of the dirt horses, they needed races, especially when they came up here to run over these Naira tracks. And 2, he wasn't awake last time. So I think that's what happened with him not getting away that cleanly. And Javier says, wake up, dude. Let's get your feet underneath you. I don't know if he's going to go with Flowers for Lisa. Javier can be aggressive, but I think that's tactically what they're trying to get this horse involved in the game here as they are loading, Greg.
Maggie, thank you. Proven Reserve steps in. Hofburg was the first in line. His 4-year-old returned to the races. Third in last year's Belmont Stakes when he was chasing Triple Crown winner Justify. Can he stamp himself as a contender in the handicap division with a big performance here and a return to the races for Bill Mott? We'll find out. He breaks from post 2. Let's send it upstairs to the voice of New York racing for the call, Larry Colmus.
They're off, and Flowers for Lisa goes immediately to the lead. Roaming Union came out running in second. Hofburg with some speed today inside of Proven Reserves as they head for that first turn. Royal Albert Hall is the trailer. Flowers for Lisa on top, leading it by a length and a half. Roaming Union is second. Hofburg tucked in third and now backing off about 4 lengths from the pace here, alongside of Proven Reserves around the first turn. And the trailer Royal Albert Hall is 5 from the front. The opening quarter mile was very slow, 25.11 seconds onto the backstretch, where it is Flowers for Lisa and Luis Saez on top 3/4 of a length, with Roaming Union on the outside second, 2 lengths back to Hofburg and Proven Reserves and Royal Albert Hall right behind them. Continuing the run up the backstretch, Flowers for Lisa on top a length. Roaming Union second through a 49.02 half mile. Then Hofburg on the inside of Proven Reserves just being nudged along to keep pace. Then Royal Albert Hall, the trailer, with a half mile to run. And it is Flowers for Lisa heading for the far turn with a length and a half lead on Roman Union. Hofburg has been saving ground throughout here, just 2.5 lengths behind, edging up a bit closer now on the inside. Proven Reserves is full out in fourth and needs to get moving. Royal Albert Hall at the back of the pack. It is Flowers for Lisa. On top, Hofburg comes off the rail to make a run. Roaming Union is next, and they're into the stretch. Flowers for Lisa, Hofburg, and Roaming Union across the track coming to the 8th pole. Flowers for Lisa digs in. Hofburg runs at him on the outside. Roaming Union right in at 2. Down to the 16th pole, Hofburg takes charge. Hofburg has taken the lead, and he's pulling away. And Hofburg comes back strong. Won it by 2.5 lengths over Roaming Union. Flowers for Lisa was third, and Proven Reserves was fourth.
That was a big performance. Hofburg runs down a horse who got to crawl on the lead, who's an 11-time winner, and he just exploded down the stretch.
Look, he showed his class today. Going into the first turn, he was ranked like he was in the warm-up, up against that soft early quarter. They went 25. That's walking. I thought the race was over at the half-mile pole for Flowers for Lisa. And listen, the 6-horse with Manny Franco on, he was race riding Hofburg all the way down the backside. Here we are at the start. And what you're going to see here is Saez drop over, drop the anchor out, slow it down. Nobody went with him. And Jose finds himself in a tough spot right here. He throws his head up a couple of times. He's wanting to do more, and Jose does a great job getting him restrained under pressure right there. But he can never get out until the head of the stretch there. And you saw that contact coming off the turn with Roaming Union about the 3/16 pole when he did get out. And that was Manny Franco trying to hold them inside, doing his job, doing his position. But he had every right to quit with that slow pace, and just I'm super impressed. Showed his class today and came through with a great effort off the layoff.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I thought this was a great effort. And I thought it was a great effort by Roman Union. You make a great point, Garrett. It seemed like, JK, when when Hofburg hit Roman Union got a little upset and actually started going with him a little bit because he looked like he was dead on the turn a tiny bit.
He did. I thought he was done. I thought it was going to be between Hofburg and Flowers for Lisa, and he kind of re-engaged there. Look, look, let's give credit to Hofburg, and I think there's also a thing you just say is the interview, although it didn't pay off this time, it will pay off next time, because if Hofburg was possibly short today,
I know, right?
He's going to be extremely tough, and the next race he shows up in, wherever that might be, hopefully a stake out of this performance. But I will say this, now that we have Gary, and Gary probably gets tired of me asking him these questions.
Never.
Look, I'm a believer in when you have a horse like Flowers for Lisa, you do yourself zero favors going 25, 49, and inviting a horse like Hofburg, who's all stamina and all close, within 2 lengths of the race. I think he's got a better shot going 47 and change to win this race when there's no other pace in it.
I've disagreed with you before, Jonathan, but I don't disagree with this at all, what you're saying. I'll tell you, when I won the Whitney on commentator, I let him dance away from there. I knew that St. Liam was in the race, and this was no St. Liam or commentator, but you can look for him to go on to races like that with Hofburg. But no, that's when you bow over and set some wicked fractions. Don't take your horse out of his game and make the other guys play into your hands. They would have had to come after him early. The way it was, they were right there. They got to save their horses for the last 5/16 of a mile. It turned into a sprint, and it turns out that Hofburg was the best sprinter.
Yes, it was. He just took off in here. And, yeah, as Jonathan said, if this was a race where he was short coming in, next time, look out.
Yeah, I thought this was impressive. Like you said, like Bill Mott will tell you, and what he was telling Maggie was just not positive things, but I would think he's got to be, there you see Bill right there, he's got to be happy as a clam considering what he said. Plus the horse missed training, guys. I mean, and like you said, like I wanted to ask Gary, I mean, this is like getting 4 works out of it. You can see Maggie's going to flag Bill down. So, but $4 on top, boys, seemed like a little bit of a gift at the top of the lane.
Maybe Bill bet on him. Maybe that's why we got that $4 right there.
Hofburg impressive in his 4-year-old return to the races. He could be a serious runner here in this 2019 season as he collects the 3rd win of his career. This was the first Kentucky Derby starter for Juddmonte Farms back last year in 15 years, their first into Empire Maker. He could finally be coming into his own. As you take a look at that late pick 5 follow along with 1 leg remaining. Let's go to the winner's circle and check in with Maggie Wolfendale.
And I'm flanked by the 2 winning connections here, Jose Ortiz and Bill Mott. Jose aboard Hofburg today. And Jose, you rode a great tactical race, but this horse really kicked away in the end.
Yes, it did. I have a lot of confidence on him. I thought he was the best horse on the race, and I have a lot of confidence on Bill that he was going to have him ready off the layoff, and he did. And I'm just happy he's back, and he ran good. I think biggest thing coming for him.
All right, well, Jose, congratulations. And Bill, as you kind of alluded to when I spoke to you earlier, you were hopeful for this race that it may set him up for something bigger down the line. Has he proven that that's in his future?
Right, I think so. I mean, I think we want to go on to races, maybe like the Woodward Jockey Gold Cup, something like that. So, you know, hopefully he stays good. He was very good today. I actually thought he was probably short a couple works, which, as I said before, he'd missed a couple works because of a bruised foot, and, all trainers want to have 1 more work, as you well know. But it seems like he was good enough to overcome the lack of training.
I think he really showed kind of his class and ability in the last 16th of a mile, just powering away from the rest of his foes.
Right, yeah. And what was good, I mean, I know it was a slow pace, but he got himself up into the race today, and he showed, a little bit of earlier foot, which one thing that's been lacking a little bit in the past is that he'd, kind of get back a little bit far, but I was glad to see him break well and put himself up there today.
Well, Bill, congratulations to you and Juddmonte Farm here with Hofburg.
Thank you.
All right, guys, bigger and better things for Hofburg down the road.
Maggie, thanks. Well, he did not get to show his stuff as you take a look at Jose Ortiz and Taylor Rice, his wife, and their young ones there. Hofburg did not get to show his stuff in the Travers. He spiked that fever off that impressive curlin. He may get to show his stuff in the Woodward, and if he does, that means a date with Catholic Boy and Preservationist, who won the Suburban for Jimmy Jerkins. What a field that could shape up to be towards the end of the meet in late August. Hofburg, successful return to the races for Bill Mott and Judd Mott. We'll be back.
No sport in the world brings the wins home like racing. It's one-of-a-kind, high-speed, high-stakes action, and Naira Bets takes you there. Place your bets and watch the races live.